Yo, what up? It's your boy, Jonathan, back here again for another source code guide. So today we're gonna be talking about skills, right? This is like a topic that has a surprising amount of depth, so I just wanted to get into it, give you guys a good idea of what's going on with this system. The first thing you need to know is that every Digimon that's mega level can have up to 6 skills. As you can see here, there's 6 active skills, and then you can select 2 of them that you actually use. And then there is 3 passives that you can select from, right? And as far as selecting from, you have this button down here that opens the skill tree, and then you need to level up your Digimon and unlock the nodes to actually get the skills, which consumes these crystals. It changes depending on, I believe, the attribute of the Digimon, just the various vaccine data thing. And which means there's 3 different types of crystals, and there's 2 levels for each one, so that's a thing, right? Um, but then once the skill is unlocked, you just grab it and slide it over, and that's it. You just gotta click down here, and it's saved. Now, one thing you need to know about your skills is that their descriptions are actually they do matter a lot more than you think. So on top of the description, right, you're gonna be seeing the energy cost, right? And we're gonna get to that in a second. Uh, there's the cooldown in turns, a brief text description, and the damage numbers, right? Some skills, they do damage like more than one time or with more than one thing, or can have passives and other things that will affect the damage of the skill, and it's all just going to be written here, right? And down here, if there's a the blue little section, that means that if a field is set, depending on the icon here, you're gonna get a bonus effect if you use the skill on that field. So, for example, this Orgamon skill on the field of light gives him a shield of 10% of his max health, right? Should you plan for that? I don't think so, because I don't think there's a very reliable way to set up a field. And I also, since we don't have, any, dedicated support Digimon that sets up a field easily, it is not the type of thing that we should worry about just yet, but maybe in the future. Um, the second thing you should know about is that if the skill has a purple text on the bottom and this little magnifying glass icon, it's a combo skill. Meaning that if you have both of the Digimon for the combo skill, and both of them have their skills equipped, you get a different effect, right? So if you tap on the icon here, or just on the purple area in general, it's gonna show you the name of the combo skill. Wait, let me move my face a little bit to the side so you can go over this. So it's gonna show you the name of the combo skill up here, right? It's gonna show you the cooldown in turns if there's any, and how many turns you gotta wait until I think you use it again. And yeah, damage, if the skill has a buff or a debuff, then the name of the Digimon, their face, then the skill that combos with, right? Is there any other way of checking what Digimon's, what combo skills a Digimon has, for example, before you decide to get it? Yes. You can actually go to this the disca thing and say the list of Digimon. And for example, this is a cool one. For the Mega Cedar one, right? He has a combo skill with all the Dark Masters. So, I don't know if having all of them would make the combo skill better, but yeah. It's something you can do. If there's just 2, like any of the Digimon, you can activate the combo skill, right? And yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna have to check through everything for the Digimon you like, and it is a little bit unfortunate, but you can get a lot of nice interactions out of this, especially because a lot of these Digimon that combo, they have passives that interact with each other or something like that. I believe Blitz and Krazgarurumon, Blitz Greymon and Krazgarurumon also have a pretty interesting one. hold up, which skill is it? This one. Where they end up buffing each other an extra amount besides just doing damage of the skill. And yeah, it's just like something extra you can do, right? But if you want to know about like how the skills work in battle, let me give you a quick example. So, field effects are always gonna be displayed up here, right? So this is the icon you're gonna need to match for. And there are buffs that come from it, usually for 4 turns, right? You can see the turn duration over here. And you can also inspect the buff itself, okay? Because it's gonna be applied to both Digimon on your team and the enemy team. So all you gotta do is just click the little sword icon up here. Yeah, there. And then you can check the buffs and debuffs that the field gives to a Digimon. So for skills, the basic thing you need to know in battle, right, is there's this HUD, and this is basically like all you gotta focus on for most of the time in battle, and the enemy health. So this +2 down here, it's how much energy or you're gonna gain per turn, per action, right? So if you use a basic attack, you're just gonna, which has no cost, you just gain 2. Right? If you use a skill that costs 3, it's gonna be the 3 costs minus the 2 you gain anyway, and you lose 1. Right? Really simple to understand. This is just gonna show you the current number you have. You can also see the current number down here on the HUD for everyone. And remember that if you use more, like if you use a skill that costs more than what your Digimon can afford, the Digimon is going to enter the overload state, which means they cannot do anything on the next turn. Okay? They will need to recharge. Now, you might be wondering about these icons over here, right? And these basically are the meter that sets up if you can Digivolve or not, right? So I'm gonna try and defeat a Digimon here. And now you see that it's not only just lit up, but there's also 2 things coming out and linking to the other nodes. And that's basically 2 points on the system, right? 1 point because it was Wargamon's turn that it started and ended, and then another point because I defeated an enemy Digimon, right? So if I do this attack with Blitz Greymon, I should get another orb added to the icon over there, right? See, another one. And now on Seraphimon's turn, we get like another half point, I guess, is what you could call it. There we go. So another skill used, and now I got another orb, and it's linking up, right? When everything is filled up, the thing that happens with the system is that it allows you to Digivolve your Digimon. Right? If you have, for example, a champion or an ultimate, whenever all the points are filled up, you get a free Digivolution to the next stage. Now, about the combo skills, right? How do I know if the combo skill is ready? The moment that you see this show up, this little icon here, right? So if this thing on top and I just is showing up and I just select the skill, the combo skill, you get the combo animation to play. And one important thing is that the energy cost is like there's the energy cost for both Digimon, right? So since I use the combo skill in its high cost, both of my Digimon are now on overload, which is the red thing on their faces here, right? Meaning that they don't want to do anything next turn. And again, if I had a Digivolution, right, I could also have done that, but, you know, because there's no orb showing up anymore, so it's filled up. Okay. I guess that's the basic gist of all the skill-related things in the game. And the rest is just comes down to, like, execution, right? Do you want to get more energy to get more resources and use a skill? Or do you want to use your skill, anyway, right? Does your Digimon get any bonuses from using a skill on overload? Because there is a few, like Blitz Greymon, for example. which does extra damage with this skill whenever he's gonna go into overload from using it. And yeah, it just comes down to setting up your party and making sure your Digimon work together around their skills. Okay. Some Digimon, they even have like interactions with passives, like having the same passive gives them a buff, or like increased benefits from using the same passive. Some Digimon are built towards stacking debuffs, like for example, freezing is really popular, because the frostbite status, which is this little fog, can stack up and then freeze the enemy, which gets them stunned for a turn. There's poison, which if you stack poison too much, it becomes a deadly poison and does damage to the Digimon suffering from the poison based on their attack, instead of like health percentages, which is really good. And there are also other things like shocking, which does give a stun, and shielding, of course, which is the yellow little corner of the health on the HUD. And yeah, that's basically all the skill mechanics in this game. If you have any other questions, let me know. And I'm gonna be seeing you guys on the next one. So, yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.